It said, for though we walk in the flesh, we are not waging war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. Divine power to destroy strongholds. I'm talking about being released from strongholds this morning. I'm talking about pulling down strongholds this morning and our release in 2020. And no use keep going in any deeper long as we still got these strongholds that's keeping us back. We need to first get these strongholds torn down in our lives, right? So a stronghold from our enemy, I already told you about a stronghold from our Lord. But a stronghold from our enemy is a fortified place that is set to exalt itself against the knowledge of the plans of God and the plans of God. These strongholds bring us bondage and fear. Remember I told you that the strongholds of the Lord give us protection. Right? And but the stronghold of the enemy cause bondage and fear. Where do strongholds come from, Pastor? And how are they established? And what's the purpose of strongholds? Look, before you got saved, we were all carnal. And the Bible said carnality is enmity against God, right? So we were all against God. We were not for God. I don't care how much you said your prayers. And different things that you did went along. If you were not saved, the Bible says anybody that is not saved is an enemy. Yeah. And they're at enmity with him. Look, we have a worldly, carnal, sinful nature, and our hearts and minds are polluted, before we saved now, are polluted by sinful strongholds that Satan has established in us. Before you got saved, and some of us after we saved, that's why we need deliverance. Before you got saved, you did anything you felt that you were big and bad enough to do. When you got a certain age, you felt like I'm old enough now. You know, there's certain things after you moved out your mama's house, you feel like, I got a right now. Different things started happening as you went through different phases of your life. Different things that your mind told you that you could do. You basically followed your mind. If your mind tell you, no, don't do that, then you didn't do it. But if your mind didn't kick up against it, you did it. I ain't talking, you won't read no Bible. I'm not talking about now that you saved. I'm talking about before you got saved. You did what you wanted to do. So you imagine all the time that you're doing what you want to do, strongholds are being built. But strongholds are piling up in your life. These things where you are, this sinful nature and the worldliness, the carnality, the sinful desires and all these things, they are already established in your life before you even come to Christ. But then after we get saved, Satan, this right here, I wrote this down because I want to remember not to tell y'all this. Now, I want to make sure we all understand something as people of God. When you get saved, the only thing that gets saved is your spirit, your soul, and your body ain't get saved. That's why the Bible said you got to work out with trembling and fear. He changed your spirit. He put a new spirit and a new heart in you. Everything else, your mind got to be what? Renewed. You didn't get a saved mind. Somebody need to help me up in here. You didn't get a saved body. Stuff. Your body still like what it like. And your mind still think what it thinks. Somebody need to help me up in here. So after you get saved, remember, the only thing that the devil lost was your spirit. You don't have your spirit anymore. But your mind and your flesh are still under the influence and can still be subject to strongholds and bondages. That's why he said, how can somebody be saved and still, have all these issues? How can the do that and they still got the issue? Because remember, their spirit is saved, but their body and their mind is being saved. So that's as you go forth, different things. And remember that those are strongholds that didn't necessarily come after they got saved. They were strongholds that were probably there before they got saved, but they haven't been pulled down yet. They haven't been destroyed yet. Because remember I told you the enemy don't always show his full hand. A lot of stuff he just laying in stash and laying in wait for the time that it would do the most damage.